Madelaine, how are you?
Doing well, thank you. How are you?
It's so nice to meet you. Let's talk about your character transformation. What was the most challenging part of playing your character in the Strangers movie, and how did you prepare to portray the fear and vulnerability?
The most challenging part probably was the fear and maintaining that level of fear, but also making sure it's not the same constant level of fear, but there's like varying feelings about certain things not being as scary as others. In order to maintain it on set, I just had to be fearful. I just had to be scared, and I had to feel really in it. So, and I also had a lot of notes about where I had been and where I was going in order to make sure there was like a nice cohesion to the whole trilogy of films.
Right. Set experience. The movie has such an intense and suspenseful atmosphere. Was there anything that personally impacted you, or was particularly difficult to shoot because of the emotion weight?
The scene where I'm sewing myself up, I think, was the one in all three films where I was like, how am I going to do this? How do I do this? No. And then I got to set, and they said rolling, and I just started doing it, and it ended up being a 14-minute take. 14 minutes of me saying not a single word and sewing myself up. And one day, I would love to put out the whole 14-minute take, because I walked away from that feeling so exhilarated and proud of myself for being able to do that. I was very, very intimidated by it.
And in real life?
In real life?
Are you fear?
What
like how that affect your fear in the real life?
Making a movie, right? So it's
right.
It's not actually, but the wound on me actually was bleeding.
Right.
They were able to create a rig that really made it look like I was bleeding, and that was, I was very lucky to have that kind of resource when I was working.
Right, okay. Well, the audience connection. The Strangers rely heavily in psychological tension. What do you hope audience feel or take away from your performance and the film as a whole?
I hope that audiences can't sleep when they finish watching it. I hope that I keep you up all night.
Career evolution. You're widely known as Riverdale. But this role shows a very different side of you. Horror genre. What horror genre mean to you?
I've been a big horror fan my whole life. I grew up down the street from a Blockbuster, if you remember those, and I watched every horror film in Blockbuster. There's something about horror that is willing to take risks, and I think as an artist, it's so much more fun to be in a genre where it's rule bending, it's world building, it can make its own rules, and it's really fun to play in a horror universe.
So nice. Thank you so much for this interview.
Thank you.
Somos Soy Latino.